This is hands down one of the coolest things I have ever seen for Battlefront 2. A couple videos ago I mentioned that it'd probably be the last video that I'd cover on Battlefront 2. But then the other day I saw something which, to be honest, I was absolutely blown away by. It wowed me, and it also annoyed the living hell out of me for multiple reasons. This Star Wars Battlefront 2 mod that we'll be showcasing off today completely changes Battlefront 2 into the game that it was always supposed to be. I think at some point or another, we have all had a vision for Battlefront 2 and what it could have been one day. Well, in this video, you're going to see that vision realized because fans have gone and done it themselves on the biggest scale that I have ever seen. This mod adds over 25 new heroes and characters to the game, pushing the hero roster well into the 40s, and combined with other mods, turns Battlefront 2 into straight up the best Battlefront game we could have ever hoped for. And seeing as that most of you guys are on Xbox and PlayStation and will never even know of this, I'll be showcasing off everything this mod has to offer in this video, and trust me, it is awesome. You're gonna love it. It's also probably going to make you a little bit angry at EA for, ending Battlefront 2 early. But before we get into all that good stuff, we do have a quick sponsor for today's video. This video is once again brought to you by our good friends over at OwnerSaber.com. OwnerSaber are running a huge special for May, and here are the details. They will be releasing 4 100% off codes to their YouTube and Instagram. 2 of these codes will be for dueling lightsabers on their store, and the other 2 for Xenopixel lightsabers. They will be releasing 1 dueling lightsaber code and 1 Xenopixel lightsaber code on their Instagram, and will be releasing another dueling lightsaber code and Xenopixel code on their YouTube channel in a video. So be sure to go follow their Instagram and subscribe to their YouTube channel, and on May the 12th, all of those codes we just spoke about will be posted onto their Instagram and YouTube. And they are also running 30% off on their Xenopixel lightsabers from now until May the 12th if you do want to just pick one up for a nice little discount. So go follow those socials through the link in the description below, and another massive thank you to OwnerSaber for supporting the channel and keeping things here rolling. So let's get into it, and full credit to those behind this mod. They spent over a year on it and they've created something pretty mind-blowing. If you do have a PC, you need to be using this mod. I will have the link to the mod in the description below for anyone who wants to check it out. And if you don't have a PC, then I at least hope you enjoy the showcase in this video. So this mod brings 25 new heroes and characters into the game, all of them with unique or altered abilities, with new weapons, models, UI, sound design, the works. Normally when I use overhaul mods like this that change the game completely, it's normally just minor changes or cosmetic changes, but this completely changed the game for me, and it is the most fun I've had playing Battlefront 2 since probably 2019. And if I had have opened Battlefront 2 for the first time and this mod was enabled, you could have fooled me into thinking that most of these heroes were actually legit and done by DICE themselves. I stress most of them. Some of them are a little cursed, but we respect the hustle of the modders regardless. But some of them are done that well that you've just got to tip your hat to them. So you can see here, just look at this hero roster. There are 46 heroes here. 46. It's absolute insanity. Overhaul mods in the past normally just consist of like the Clone Wars and whatnot, but this one just didn't hold back. You've got Dengar in there, you've got Cad Bane, you've got Moff Gideon, Mando, Ahsoka, Bad Batch characters. It's just a stark reminder of what this game could have become if EA had a longer term plan for this game. It's also a reminder what a Battlefront 3 could be if we do end up seeing one. I really like when big money corporations fail to utilize the potential of an IP and the fans just pull a Thanos and just say, fine, I'll do it myself. That's essentially this mod in a nutshell, and it's great. Also, for good measure, they went and added Magna Guards and Rebel Honor Guards into the mix as well for some reinforcement variety. To be fair though to DICE, I actually think that DICE done really well with the reinforcement roster. They have pretty much everything you need in terms of reinforcements there already, except the Magna Guards, so fair play to the modders for basically just putting the cherry on top of DICE's already impressive reinforcement roster. As for heroes though, DICE did get most of the core heroes into the game, but realistically, they never even got close to finishing it off. So many heroes are missing that are now key pillars of Star Wars, and even heroes that we saw in previous Battlefront games never made it into Battlefront 2. So to say the hero roster for Battlefront 2 was incomplete would be an understatement. But again, the modders have come up clutch for us. Now, they did recommend when using the mod to combine it with certain instant action mods to create basically an entirely new Battlefront experience with dozens and dozens of heroes and villains on the map all at once. Essentially creating a supremacy match, but everyone is a hero. It's pretty wild. And the AI are fairly competent, so it's not a snooze fest of heroes. So I of course did that, and the gameplay you're seeing is a result. It's pretty nuts. But now let's go over these heroes individually. First off, Ahsoka Tano. They bring us the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka look into Battlefront 2, and it is done so well. Call me crazy, but I kind of prefer Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka look to the Clone Wars and Rebels Ahsoka. I've probably just earned myself a dislike for that, but oh well. Either way, they rework her abilities to make her run extremely fast like in the Clone Wars, and the combination of that and the white lightsabers is just perfect. And the fact that DICE had plans to bring her into the game makes this hit a little bit different, just knowing that we could have actually seen this if EA just let things go a little bit longer. As for the rest of the hero roster, you've got Bad Batch characters like Hunter, Crosshair, Wrecker, which is so cool to see in Battlefront, as the Bad Batch characters are just unlikely hero additions to a Battlefront game, but they do work really well here. And as you can see, the looks are on point. Also, one of the new additions that I was hyped to see in this mod was actually the Grand Inquisitor. He's of course going to be hitting our screens in a few weeks' time with Obi-Wan coming out. He looks like an egg in the trailer, but oh well, seeing him in the game just feels right. They've also gone and added about half a dozen bounty hunters to the game, including Jango Fett, Dengar, Greedo, Din Djarin, IG-88, and Cad frickin' Bane. And I've got to shed some spotlight on Cad Bane here because this mod is legit. Everything from his model to his rocket boots to his damn toothpick, the modders completely outdone themselves with this one. I feel like they gave him a little bit of extra time to perfect, and it clearly shows. I mean, he looks great, he looks legit. And an addition that I didn't know that I needed in Battlefront 2 was Snoke. They added Snoke into the game with this mod, and they've made it so he has a mix of lightsabers and force lightning, making for a really unique hero experience in the game, and I think they've done a great job with Snoke's look as well. It's not really an easy look to pull off, but I think they've done a great job. They also went and added Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren from Star Wars Rebels. Now, I've seen good Bo-Katan mods in the past, so that's nothing new, but this is probably the first good Sabine mod that I've actually seen. And they also went to the trouble of adding the second sister from Jedi Fallen Order in here as well. Now, those of you who watch this channel frequently would know that she's a standout character from Fallen Order for me. She's like one of the best recent characters from any Star Wars game, to be honest. I'd love to see them add Cal Kestis to this mod in future, as adding one without the other just doesn't seem right. But from all accounts, they are going to be continuing to add to this mod, so if the modders are watching this video, Cal Kestis when. Also, this Darth Sidious mod was just great, as we get to use Papa Palps with a lightsaber, which is always going to be a great time. We also have Mace Windu, who I've said this for years just belongs in a Battlefront game, and the fact that he isn't in Battlefront 2 is just a straight up crime against humanity. We've also got Poe Dameron here, who I could live without. Jyn Erso, which is of course a character that we got in Battlefront 2015, but we never got in Battlefront 2, which was a little bit of a step backwards in hindsight. There's also no Krennic in this mod, so again, if modders are watching, Krennic when. And they have also gone and added fan favorites like Rex and Cody to the game as well, which is so good to see. You can tell that this mod was made by like real serious fans of Star Wars. And I do wish that DICE added Rex and Cody into the game to spawn alongside heroes like what we could do in Battlefront 2015 with Leia and Palpatine. That was such a cool mechanic that we just never got in Battlefront 2, and I think Rex and Cody would have been perfect for that. Like, if they make a Battlefront 3 one day, or they reboot the franchise or whatever, and don't do that, I'm actually going to be fuming. Anyway, moving on, they have also gone and added Moff Gideon to the game, with a Darksaber. Of course, Din Djarin is there right alongside him. If Battlefront 2 was still going to this day, then these two would probably be locks for new hero additions. And finally, we have Asajj Ventress. Now, I think that's all of them. There's a lot of damn heroes here, man, and it's just adding onto the 22 heroes that we already have in Battlefront 2. So this is just complete insanity. There is hours and hours of content here to enjoy. And if they do make a Battlefront 3 one day, or they reboot the franchise, which to be honest is actually what I think they'll end up doing, this is the kind of potential we are looking at. Like, there is over 40 heroes here. and there are still big players missing. Like, the potential that Battlefront games have for content is just absolutely out of this world. But yeah, I was completely blown away by this mod, and I just knew that I had to make a video on it. It also helps diversify the content a little bit. We will be watching this mod's career with great interest. Hopefully, plenty additions are to come, but fingers crossed that Lucasfilm Games take the Battlefront franchise by the scruff of the neck and do what must be done, and make another bloody Battlefront game. Because these mods are just highlighting the fact that it needs to happen. But guys, that is about it for this video. Be sure to drop a like on it if you did enjoy it and you want to see more videos covering these big overhaul mods. Subscribe to the channel for all things Star Wars games. May the 4th is just around the corner and anything could happen for Star Wars games. So hit that notification bell as we'll cover anything that drops here. And remember to check out Owner Saber's socials through the link below to get yourself in the running for some lightsabers. But that's it for me today. Thank you for watching and have a good one.